Alright, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the N1 Podcast. And before I start off with today's episode, I want to let y'all know that I do write sports articles on a website called Stadium Rant. I also do have an Instagram link will be in the description. It is N1, the number one _ podcast. I also do have a Twitter, which will also be in the description, N1 Podcast 23. So I do hope that you guys can follow and support. So yeah, but anyways, let's get on with today's topics. I'm going to talk about, Allstar weekend. But before I even get to that, I want to go over what the league is looking at like right now, give my mid-season award predictions. Maybe my predictions might change. Who knows? But anyways, I'm gonna start off with the Western Conference actually. Usually I start off with the East, but this time I'm gonna start off with the West. First place is the Thunder with a record of 35-15. Second place is the Timberwolves with a record of 35-15. Third place is the Clippers with a record of 34-15. Fourth place is the Nuggets with a record of 35-16. Fifth place is the Kings with a record of 29-20. Sixth place is the Suns with a record of 29-21. Seventh place is the Pelicans with a record of 29-21. Eighth place is the Mavericks with a record of 27-23. The Lakers are 9th with a record of 27-25. The Jazz are 10th with a record of 25-26. The Rockets are 11th place with a record of 23-26. The Warriors are 12th with a record of 22-25. The Grizzlies are 13th with a record of 18-32. The Blazers are 14th with a record of 15-35. And the Spurs are 15th with a record of 10-40. Now, in the Eastern Conference, the Celtics have the best record with a record of 38-12. The Cavaliers have a record of 32-16 in second place. Third place are the Bucks with a record of 33-17. I'll get to the Bucks eventually. Fourth place are the Knicks with a record of 32-18. We'll still beat y'all in the playoffs. Fifth place is the 76ers with a record of 30-19. Pacers are 6th place with a record of 28-23. 7th place goes to the Magic with a record of 27-23. 8th place goes to the Miami Heat with a record of 26-24. 9th place goes to the Chicago Bulls with a record of 23-27. 10th place goes to the Hawks with a record of 22-18. 11th place are the Nets with a record of 20-29. 12th place are the Raptors with a record of 17-33. The Hornets are 13th with a record of 10-39. The Wizards are in 14th place with a record of 9-40. And of course, the worst team in the NBA still 15th, the Detroit Pistons with a record of 6-43. Now we're going to the league leaders, and in points per game, Luka Doncic is leading the league in points, averaging 34.5 points per game. Second is Giannis, averaging 31.3 points. Third is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, averaging 31.1 points. Fourth is Kevin Durant, averaging 28.3. And then fifth place is Donovan Mitchell, averaging 28.2 points per game. Next is rebounds, and Domantas Sabonis is leading the league in rebounds with 13.1. Second place is Rudy Gobert with 12.5. Third place is Anthony Davis with 12.3. Fourth place is Nikola Jokic with 12.2. And fifth place is Giannis with 11.4. Now, assists per game, first place is Tyrese Halliburton, averaging 11.8 assists per game. Second place is Trae Young with 10.9 assists. Third place is Luka Doncic with 9.4 assists per game. Fourth place is Nikola Jokic with 9 assists. And fifth place is James Harden with 8.6 assists per game. Now, steals per game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is leading the league in steals with 2.3. Second place is Donovan Mitchell with 1.9. De'Aaron Fox is third with 1.8. Kawhi Leonard is in fourth place with 1.7 steals per game. And fifth place is Paul George with 1.6 steals per game. Next is blocks per game. Victor Wembanyama leading the league in blocks per game with 3.1. Brook Lopez second place with 2.8. Walker Kessler in third place with 2.7. Chet Holmgren with 2.6 blocks per game. That's fourth place. And fifth place is Anthony Davis averaging 2.4 blocks per game. The league, it's in a crazy place right now. The Warriors are doing terrible. Klay Thompson is still trying to deal with the fact that he is washed. And in reality, is he washed? No, not really. I don't think Klay Thompson is washed. He just has a mental blockage right now. That's it. He just has a mental blockage. I think he just needs to leave. A lot of people are saying he should leave, and I think he should leave the Warriors. I think he should be traded away to a different team. So, because it's like Klay believes that he could still produce at a high level, but I don't think that's him anymore. I don't think so. I think he could be still very productive, but I don't think he's gonna be an all-star two-way guard anymore. That's just not it. And it's sad because Clay, he's not at the age where you should be falling off. He should be at the age where you begin, but he shouldn't be like mid fall off because he's only 33 years old. And I want to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. Oh my God, firing Adrian Griffin. I know I'm late, but I wanted to wait till All-Star Weekend to talk about this. Well, it's not All-Star Weekend yet. As of this recording, All-Star Weekend is next weekend. But this man got fired, got replaced with Doc Rivers of all people. And then Doc Rivers goes ahead and he gets that all-star coach for the Eastern Conference. Now, I know Doc Rivers said that he's going to share the money. He's going to give the money and a ring. I never knew you get a ring for coaching the all-star game. But he said he's going to give it to Adrian Griffin. But I ain't going to lie. Getting fired the next night, your team dancing after you got fired. Your team starting off 0-2. And then 1-2. Oh my God. Oh, that is disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If I was Adrian Griffin, Milwaukee won't be on the map no more. That's all I gotta say. If I was Adrian Griffin, man, somebody gonna have to pay for that sin. But now, I wanna talk about Joel Embiid. Last episode, I was bringing up the 65 game rule, and after that, I find out Joel Embiid has a tear in his meniscus, but for some reason, they keep changing it. Then they say something with his knee, somewhere with his meniscus, that he needs to go undergo a procedure. No, he doesn't need to go under no procedure. He needs surgery. He needs surgery, and he's done. All right. Meniscus tears take about like maybe 3 or 4 months to come back. So in reality, he'll be back by the playoffs. If he's lucky, by the playoffs. If not, I don't see the Sixers getting out of the first round. I just don't. If he's not back by the playoffs, I don't see them getting out of the first round. And even though he comes back by the playoffs, let's say hypothetically he comes back by the playoffs, he's still going to be recovering from that meniscus tear, so he's not going to be able to jump as much. And if you saw from the Warriors game, that man couldn't even jump. That man couldn't even get off the air. He immediately just fell down. And we already knew something was bad once that happened. Zach LaVine was in a lot of trade talks, especially to the Detroit Pistons. That man shot those rumors to the Detroit Pistons, and he said, nope, I'm done. Foot surgery. Yeah, he's out for the rest of the season for foot surgery. Maybe it's because of Detroit, or maybe he just wanted to get the surgery now, and it's just a coincidence. He didn't want to go to Detroit, and I don't blame him. They're the worst team in the league. They're projected to have the worst record in NBA history. They're projected to have one of the worst, if not the worst, winning percentage in all of them North American sports history. So, why would you want to go there? Come on now. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that was going on in the league before I give my mid-season predictions and I get to the All-Star game and All-Star weekend and all that stuff, because All-Star weekend is going to be a whole ass rant. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. You know, a lot of people, Kendrick Perkins really, has said that the Miami Heat should move on from Jimmy Butler and they should start trading people. No, not happening. No. That's not how we do things in Miami. Did you not see what we did last year? I mean, come on now. You saw what we did last year. We were the 8th seed, man. The 8th seed. We kicked the Bucks out of the playoffs. We kicked the Knicks out of the playoffs. We almost swept the Boston Celtics. And then we lost in 5 to the Denver Nuggets. But that's besides the point. We are the underdog, man. We are the underdog story. The ultimate underdog story will be completed, hopefully, this season. Hopefully, I still get blessed with Miami versus LA, the rematch. I just hope. I hope. And here y'all go saying, oh, but the Lakers are so bad. The Lakers are bad. You're just saying that because you're a LeBron fan. You're a Bron sexual. Oh, that's the only reason why you saying that. Man, y'all saw what the Lakers did last season. They were bad in the beginning. They were terrible in the beginning of last season. What happened? They turned it around with some trades and they made it to the Western Conference Finals. And then they got tortured by Nikola Jokic. You see, Nikola Jokic somehow is always the common denominator and just whooping people, and I don't like that. I don't like that. But I hope I am blessed. May the Lord please bless my eyes with Miami versus LA, the rematch. And I don't care who wins, but, LeGoat James with ring number 5, I would love to see that. But since I already gave my NBA Finals wish, and still my prediction, I don't care. I might as well give my award predictions. Obviously, Rookie of the Year, still going to Victor Wembanyama. I'm not changing that. MVP, this is interesting because I do still believe Jokic will win, but I will not be surprised if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins it. And I don't want to say it's mainly because of voter fatigue. I'm not going to say that. Even though Jokic did win back-to-back, and Jokic still, in my opinion, is the best player in the NBA. Currently, the Oklahoma City Thunder are the second best team in the NBA. And, I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 31 points, and he's leading the league in steals. It's probably going to Shai for real. Defensive Player of the Year. In my early season predictions, I did say it was going to go to Bam, but I'm not going to lie. This is Anthony Davis's chance of winning Defensive Player of the Year. If Anthony Davis doesn't win it this year, I don't see him ever getting that Defensive Player of the Year. Because right now, as I said in the league leaders, he is third in the league in rebounds, and he is fifth right now in blocks per game, averaging 2.4 blocks per game. He's also currently averaging 1.1 steals per game. And I remember watching the Lakers and the Knicks not too long ago. As of this recording, it was on Saturday. And Anthony Davis didn't have the best offensive game, but Anthony Davis on defense. I was watching that game, and Anthony Davis's just defensive presence on the New York Knicks was insane. That man stood in the paint. He didn't even have to stand in the paint. He could be outside the paint on the perimeter. If Anthony Davis was guarding you, there was a 90% chance, not even that, there was a 99.9% chance that player was passing the ball to somebody else and not shooting on Anthony Davis. That is how impactful and how just terrifying it is to have Anthony Davis guarding you. 4 blocks that game. 1 possession. He had 2 blocks, 2 back-to-back blocks in 1 possession. Jalen Brunson was passing up shots. Anthony Davis was on Jalen Brunson. He was passing up shots. Any Knicks player that had the ball, if Anthony Davis was on him, it was either a forced shot or the ball was being passed to somebody else. Most improved, I still believe it's going to go to Tyrese Maxey. Although the way most improved has been going these days, I don't like how it is. Because nowadays it's going to these young players that are supposed to improve. Take this for example. Ja Morant won Most Improved Player in the 2021-2022 season, right? That was his second season in the NBA. He was the second overall pick. So that I'm just confused. Like, you're supposed to improve. You're in your second year in the league. You are a top 3 pick. You're supposed to improve. Getting Most Improved Player, that's supposed to be for somebody that's like in their, I don't know, they're like 5th, 6th year. And like he just had like this wow type of jump, this out of nowhere type of season. Don't get me wrong, Tyrese Maxey is having a wonderful season, wonderful, but he's in his 4th season. He's 23 years old. You're supposed to be better. Yes, a jump from 20 points to like almost 26 points per game. That's a massive jump. Take this, Victor Oladipo in his 5th season won Most Improved Player. He went from 15.9 points per game with OKC. When he got to Indiana, that was his first year as an All-Star. He averaged 23.1 points per game and led the league in steals with 2.4 steals per game. So yeah, he got Most Improved Player of the Year. But Oladipo by that point was 25 years old. That's when you're supposed to hit your prime, by the age of 24 to 25 years old. So should he have won it? I think so, yeah. But as a young player, you're supposed to just have that jump. I'm not trying to discredit Tyrese Maxey's game at all because he's phenomenal. I remember when the Harden trade happened, I said it myself. That Harden trade was best for Tyrese Maxey because it was going to help him become even better and it was going to get him even closer to that Most Improved Player of the Year award. And look at what happened now. He is the runner-up. Not even the runner-up. He's the favorite to win it, and the runner-up right now most likely will be Derek White. And Derek White, he's 29 years old. He's 29, averaging 15 points. He's leading all guards in blocks per game, by the way. He's averaging about 4 assists per game, but he is shooting 45% from the field and 39% from three. Almost, he's like right there, 39.9% from three. So he's almost at 40% from three. But he's just like, he's been playing so good. The numbers don't pop out, but if you watch how the Boston Celtics just play and how Derek White just has these open shots because everybody's so focused on Tatum and Jaylen Brown that you forget that Derek White is open for three. He's a great third option, and hell, sometimes he's not even a third option. Sometimes he could be the second or even the first scoring option sometimes. Because when Derek White is hot, he cannot miss. And you got Porzingis, you got Drew Holiday, and I'm not going to talk about the Boston Celtics because forget the Boston Celtics. It's all about the Miami Heat over here. Now, this is the last person I'm going to give an example to. Julius Randle, 2020 to 2021 season, he won Most Improved Player. And this was his first All-Star year. He jumped from 19 points to 24 points per game, and he averaged a nice little double-double, 10 rebounds per game, as well as 6 assists per game. He led the league in minutes as well. He was 26 years old in his 7th season in the league. That right there, that's Most Improved. That can be an argument for Most Improved because now you just made it to your prime. You made it to your breakout year. So, yeah. But somebody like Maxey, who's 24 years old, 23, no, not even, he's 23. Somebody like 23 years old, you still have time to grow and develop. So should he get Most Improved? He's having a great year. I'm not taking anything away. And I still believe he's going to win it anyways. But just 23 years old, I don't think he should win it. But I'm going to get away from Most Improved because some people might think I'm hating on Tyrese Maxey when I'm really not. Because sometimes he's the best player on the Sixers when he's hot. Unintentional bars right there, but we going to ignore that. Now, earlier in the season, I said Sixth Man of the Year was going to go to Emmanuel quickly, but he got traded from the Knicks, so he's really starting for the Raptors now, so he's not going to be able to get Sixth Man of the Year. But Benedict Mathurin most likely might win it. Other people that could possibly win it are Jordan Clarkson probably for a second time. You got Malik Monk, you got Tim Hardaway Jr. But I'm gonna have Benedict Mathurin win it, in my opinion at least, because this dude is averaging 14 points off the bench. Although he's in his second year, so he has time to improve. 14 points coming off the bench while shooting 46% from the field and 37% from three. And I'm being a little biased because he's also Haitian too. So am I being biased? Yeah, but I don't care. Now, for Coach of the Year before the season started or when the season just started, I gave my prediction. I believe I said Adrian Griffin. I believe I did. And now he's fired. So that's interesting to see. Very interesting. But in my opinion now, it's going to Chris Finch, right? That's his name. The Timberwolves coach. Yep, it is Chris Finch. All right. I just had to do a quick search because I didn't want to mess up on his name. He's also the coach for the West All-Stars. But might as well get to the All-Stars. Oh man. Okay. The Eastern Conference All-Stars. Giannis, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Damian Lillard, and Jason Tatum. Those were the starters. And a lot of people think that Damian Lillard should not have been starting. Now, the reserves are Bam, Paolo Banchero, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle. Now, those were the reserves, but Joel Embiid and Julius Randle are injured. Julius Randle dislocated his shoulder, and Joel Embiid tore his meniscus, but for some reason we got some weird diagnosis from Woj and Shams and all of these different journalists. But their injury replacements are Trae Young, who was actually a big snub, 27 points and 10 assists per game, and he wasn't even an All-Star reserve. Now he's an injury replacement, and Scotty Barnes is an injury replacement as well. Now, for the Western Conference, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron, and Nikola Jokic are the West starters. Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Karl Anthony Towns are the Western Conference reserves. Wow, Domantas Sabonis is not an all-star. De'Aaron Fox is not an all-star. Biggest snubs this year besides Trae Young. And Domantas Sabonis, the crazy thing with Sabonis is this man went 30 straight games getting a triple-double. No all-star appearance. Leading the league in rebounds. No all-star appearance either. 19 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists per game. Those are Sabonis' stats. 61% from the field and 43% from three. Although he's only attempting 1 3-pointer a game, so 43% from three. Yeah, that's pretty simple when you're only taking 1 3. But this man is almost averaging a whole triple-double, and he wasn't an all-star. And De'Aaron Fox is averaging 27, 4, and 5, shooting 46% from the field and 37% from three on almost 8 attempts per game. No all-star appearance. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to sound like a hater, but the only reason why Karl Anthony Towns was an all-star this year was A, that 62-point game, which also ended in a loss, and B, the Timberwolves were the best team in the West for the longest time. They still are because they're tied with the Thunder, but the Thunder are currently the first seed. Oh my God, the Clippers are actually doing good too. I forgot to mention that the Clippers are doing good, and I was really, really wishing for their downfall after the Harden trade because that really pissed me off. And they're the 3rd seed, and they have the best record since December. And I'm not liking that at all. This is not good. A lot of people have them as championship favorites now, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see them in the NBA Finals. I really don't. I don't want to see James Harden get a ring like this. Well, that's too bad. You hater. You a hater. You was hating on James Harden. Now look at you. Now look at the Clippers. Yeah, LA baby. Not LA Lakers, because they in the bottom. LA Clippers. But back to All-Star Weekend. I forgot about the Rising Stars Challenge. I completely forgot about that. So there's 4 teams. 2 teams will play against each other, and then after that, 2 teams will play against each other, and then the final 2 teams, the 2 winning teams, will play against each other in another game. That's how it is now. It's pretty confusing, but I guess that's how the NBA wants to roll now. So for the 4 coaches, there's Team Powell, Team Tamika, Team Jalen, and Team Detlef. So for Team Powell, you got Bilal Coulibaly, Jaime Hawkins Jr., our very own rookie, Brandon Miller, I'm not even gonna read it, but Podziemski, I believe that's his last name. He's on the Warriors. Jabari Smith Jr., Kaysen Wallace, and Victor Wembanyama. That's probably gonna be the team that wins, to be honest. Team Tamika has Paulo Banchero, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Duren, Keontae George, Scoot Henderson, my bad, Jaden Ivey. Oh my God, I can't read today. Jaden Ivey, Keegan Murray, and that's Team Tamika. Team Jalen has Jordan Hawkins, Chet Holmgren, Walker Kessler, Derek Lively II, Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, and Jalen Williams. And finally, Team Detlef has Izan Almasa. Oh, I think that's a G League guy. I don't know. There's 4 G League people, and these names are very confusing because these are most likely international names. So I'm probably just gonna read the first names. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. Matthias Ron Holland II, Mac McClung, Tyler Smith, Oscar. That last name is probably international, and Alondes Williams. Yep, those are all G League guys, I'm assuming. And not to hate on the G League, because that's still part of the NBA. But that's nice. That gives some G Leaguers like just some sort of NBA exposure, if you want to call it that, even though it's just All-Star Weekend, so it's not that important really. But that's still nice that they can make it to All-Star Weekend. Now, I did talk about the Sabrina versus Steph Curry 3-point contest. Sabrina Ionescu of the WNBA is challenging Steph Curry in a 3-point contest. I already gave the rules, but I'm gonna explain it once again. Sabrina's going to shoot from the WNBA 3-point line, and Steph Curry is going to shoot from the NBA 3-point line. Steph Curry is going to use NBA basketballs, while Sabrina uses WNBA basketballs, and they're going for charity. Each 3-pointer that's made is a certain amount of money. So the regular ball, the game ball, is worth 1 point, so that's $1,000. The money ball is 2 points, $2,000, and the star ball is worth 3 points, so that will be $3,000. And the winner, money goes to charity. I think that's nice. I like that idea. Some people might say it's woke. I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not getting into the politics of basketball. I'm only talking about the sport because I dislike politics, and politics ruin sports in general. So I'm not getting on that. But I think this is nice because it is still helping charity at the end of the day, and that is always for a good cause. One thing that I think should be added, I remember in 2019 they did this, where they just had like 4 random NBA legends, who was it? It was Ray Allen, Glenn Rice, Mark Price, and Dale Curry. That would go Dale Curry. Each 3-pointer that they made, it was money for charity. I think they should do that. Just get like former NBA players. You can have Dirk, because look, the dunk contest is bad. Okay, I'm gonna have a rant all on that soon. But the 3-point contest, we know how exciting that could be. You can get Dirk, you can get Reggie Miller, you can get who was a good 3-point shooter back, Craig Hodges. Like just get some random great 3-point shooters back in the day and just have them compete in a 3-point contest if they want to, of course. And the money, the shots that they make can go for money for charity. Boom, right there. There is another All-Star event. I remember there was this one event during All-Star Saturday night. It was called the Shooting Stars Challenge. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but the last time they did it was in 2015. You had one NBA player, one NBA legend, and a WNBA player. Each player shot from a different spot on the court, and the final shot was a half-court shot. I remember one shot was under the basket. There were like 2 mid-range shots. Like there was like a closer mid-range shot. There was a deep mid-range shot. And there was a 3-point shot, and then the final shot was a half-court shot. And then the team, obviously, with the fastest time was the winner. They should bring that back. That right there is a good challenge, a nice little shooting challenge, especially with the way that the NBA is with offense. That's a great challenge right there. That's a nice little event for All-Star Weekend. The celebrity game. It wasn't even announced who's going to be in the celebrity game, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. The celebrity game is just stupid. I don't like it. I don't like it because in reality, you have like 2-3 big name celebrities, and then the rest are just, maybe it's just because I don't know that many celebrities. Maybe that's why. But majority of the people on the celebrity game are just like people in like local shows or like just local celebrities, or maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe. I don't know. But I think it's just stupid. And, I got a proposal. Replace the celebrity game with a street ball game. Here's what the NBA could do. Throughout the regular season, right? You can go through different areas of the U.S. and just host different games, right? And then 24 players. You have 24 winners, and they get a ticket to All-Star Weekend. That because the celebrity game is Friday night, so you have a street ball game that Friday night, right? 24 players, 12 people on each roster, and then the winning team gets money. Not even the winning team. Both teams get money. F it. Both teams get some money, but the winning team obviously gets more money because All-Star Weekend is meant to be fun. It's supposed to just be like a relaxing time and just enjoying the sport of basketball, right? So just get some street ballers and just let them like just run wild on the NBA court. Let them do their little ankle breakers, their little dribble moves, their nice little flashy passes, and just entertain the crowd, because that's the point of All-Star Weekend, just the entertainment aspect of basketball. And now I want to talk about the 3-point contest. So the contestants for the 3-point contest are Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Malik Beasley, Jalen Brunson, Lauri Markkanen, and Donovan Mitchell. In my opinion, who do I got? I'm gonna go Lauri Markkanen. That man is shooting 40% from 3 on 8 attempts per game, man. Lauri Markkanen is gonna win the 3-point contest. Right, the skills challenge. You see, I completely forgot about that because nobody cares about the skills challenge. But I already know how it's gonna be. It's 3 teams, and how did it go again? It's 3 different teams. The way they changed it was just so confusing. 3 different teams. You shoot in like one spot from a contested three, and I just don't get it. Okay, I just don't get it. But the way they changed it now, the home team. So for Indiana, they're gonna have Miles Turner, they're gonna have Benedict Mathurin, and they're gonna have Tyrese Halliburton, and then obviously the Antetokounmpo brothers. Every year they do it, and then they're gonna have like a trio of rookies. That's what they do now at this point. I don't even give that much of a damn to even give my predictions on the skills challenge, because I really don't care about the skills challenge with y'all, if I'm being real with y'all. And finally, the infamous dying dunk contest. The contestants for the dunk contest, Jacob Jacob Toppin, the younger brother of Obi Toppin, Mac McClung, he's returning to defend his championship. Our very own Jaime Hawkins Jr. and Jaylen Brown. Let me tell y'all something. The last time there was an All-Star in the dunk contest was in 2017. 7 years ago. 2017. The NBA was a completely different world back then, okay? LeBron was dominating in the East. Isaiah Thomas was one of the best players in the league. The Warriors were continuing their reign of terror in the league. Dwayne Wade was on the Chicago Bulls. Okay, Wade was still in the NBA. Oh, okay. I got Jaylen Brown winning this. If I'm being real with you, okay. Look, Jacob Toppin doesn't play. The only reason why he's there is because he has a 45-inch vert. I'm sorry to say it, but he doesn't play any games. Jaime Hawkins Jr., as much as I love this rookie, okay, he's one of the best rookies out there, but he's not a dunker, man. He's not. He was just like yo, you want to join? He was like, all right. That's basically he doesn't have any highlight dunks like that. He doesn't. Mac McClung, he's only there because he won it last year. And Jaylen Brown, I don't want to say he's not a good dunker, because he does bring up some highlights, but he's just not that wow dunker, you know? Like, he's not that Zach LaVine, he's not that Vince Carter, that Dominique Wilkins type of guy, you know? But you know, he'll have a couple of like, oh my god, he just put that on somebody's head type of dunk every once in a while. I'm gonna say this right now. If somebody does not have a Zach LaVine type performance in the dunk contest this year, just cancel it. Just scrap the dunk contest, get rid of it, because it's a waste of time. Nobody cares about it anymore. The last time the dunk contest was decent was in 2020, when it was Derrick Jones Jr. versus Aaron Gordon. That was the last time it was a decent dunk contest. Ever since then, 2021 was terrible. 2022, don't even remind me. Last year was okay, only because Mac McClung was putting on a show. He was the only saving grace from last year, but last year was still pretty bad. This year, I have super low expectations. I'm going to watch it, but I have super low expectations, all right? And back in 1997, the dunk contest was so bad that they literally scrapped it until 2000, and then Vince Carter resurged it. But I'm not expecting somebody to have that type of performance. That's why I'm saying a Zach LaVine type of performance. And even with that, that's still a lot to ask. The same thing with the street ballers. When I said remove the celebrity game, just have guys from the streets just dunk the ball, because these guys are more motivated than NBA players. Because as soon as you put money on the line, boom, that's when they're gonna care. I mean, John Morant said that himself. 1 million likes or $1 million. He said something like that. I think Anthony Edwards too. That's the only way they'll be in the dunk contest, if they get some money out of it. And it's kind of sad to see that nowadays, because back in the day, if you were selected for the dunk contest, that's because you had that wow factor. You had that excitement in your game. When people were selected for the dunk contest back in the day, it's because you were entertaining. You were a good dunker. It wasn't just because you had hops. It's because during games, you were creating highlights left and right. Let me give y'all an example. J.R. Smith. That man J.R. Smith has some nasty dunk highlights. And he was in the dunk contest. I forgot what year it was, but I know he was in the dunk contest during his time in Denver. Yeah, it was during his time in Denver. He was in a dunk contest. But that man's dunk package, that man's dunk highlights are nasty. Okay? You know about Aaron Gordon. because that's recent. Terrence Ross. Oh, 2013 dunk champion Terrence Ross dunk package is nasty. It's deadly. What's it? Josh Richardson? Jason Richardson. I keep mixing it up. Jason Richardson. Another good dunker right there. It's just sad to see how the dunk contest just keeps continuing to devolve. Nowadays, it's just either a rookie or a second-year guy just because he got hops. He's a bench warmer or something. We got guys from the G League now. No disrespect to Mac McClung because he did put on a show last year, but G Leaguer? A G League guy? At this point, bro, like I said, get somebody from the streets. Get some people from the streets because I'm pretty sure they could put on a better show than these NBA players now. But that's really it. I did mention before, right? This was like early into the season how the NBA decided to go back to the classic East versus West concept for the All-Star game. I think that's a better idea than the captains and a pickup game and all that because I feel like they weren't really taking that seriously. They were just like trying to joke around and stuff. So East versus West back in action. I can't wait to see that. Do I think it's going to be entertaining? Honestly, no. 2020's dunk contest. I said dunk contest. 2020's All-Star game was really good because there was competition. And nowadays there's no competition. Guys don't even want to be there anymore. They don't care. It's gotten to the point where being an all-star is just like another thing. Like they don't even care about being an all-star anymore. And I don't know what's going on with these generation of players, even though it's my generation of players. But man, I just hope they start caring about being all-stars again. I hope they give us some sort of entertaining factor in the all-star game because for the past years, All-Star weekend has just been terrible, except for the three-point contest because the three-point contest always delivers. But besides that, nobody is looking forward to All-Star weekend. So I really hope this year is a different year for All-Star weekend. I hope this is a good, high, exciting year for All-Star weekend. But that's all I got for y'all today. I don't know if I'm probably missing some things, but I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. So with that being said, I'm out.